We will start in just a moment. Hello, hello. Let me go ahead and pause the music. Hello, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. This is the first stream in 2026. Thank you for joining. Whether you're here live or watching in the replay, I appreciate your presence. Hello, I am Mambo. I am the founder and facilitator of the Charm School Mentorship Program, Coven Mother of Vision of Dawn Tour. I'm your weekly reader, and I'm a dope bitch straight up out of Oakland. Hello, hello. Some of you guys are returning. Some of you are new. If you're new here, go ahead and take a moment to hit that subscribe button, like the video. Hi, La Balin. Hello, Nicole. Hello, hello. As you come into the room, say hi. Just so I know who I'm talking to. Hello, Aja. Good to see you. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into it. If you are here because you want me to answer a question for you, I do take questions from the audience after the general reading is over. And we have about 3 to 4 spreads to get through for the general reading. So be patient. When time allows, I will definitely let you all know that I'm taking questions from the audience. Hey, Tiffany. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. Let's start with our general reading. Ancestors, angels, and spirits who walk with me. What wisdom do we as a collective need about the week ahead of us? Give us insight into any of the lessons, blessings, experiences we're going to have over the next 7 days. Give us insight into how we need to show up, who we need to be, what we need to see about ourselves, our habits, and our environment that will allow us to navigate whatever comes ahead of us during the week of January 5th through the 11th. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Hold on a second. Lava Lynn says, this supermoon energy has been paranormal for me. Yeah, me too. It's been a little weird. But I'm grateful. Good spirits around me, thankfully. But a lot of wisdom shared. Let's see. Okay. It's funny that you brought up the supermoon. A lot of you all, a lot of us are still basking in the wisdom and the energy of that. It was very much a time of revelation. But the revelation supports a lot of us in figuring out the kind of year we want to have, the kind of successes we want to have, the experiences we want to have. I think up until now, and also just going into the next 7 days, some of us are still having revelations that get us to understand how some of the things we thought we wanted for 2026 are not really in alignment with us anymore. They were rooted in shadow versions of ourselves. And that realization gives us a perspective about how to move forward over the next 365 in a way that's much more authentic to us, much more grounded, much more rooted in what brings us forward. Very first card, Hangman. Paradigm shift. So again, some of us are still getting perspective. We're still taking inventory of what has happened around us, our roles within it, how we need to show up differently, how we need to see things more clearly so that we're not engaging in martyr-like behavior. Now, this wisdom propels us forward, right? It really supports us in the next moves we're going to make, right? As we enter into the rest of this year. And it aligns us in a way where we're moving from authenticity. That authenticity not only brings us a lot more joy, but honest opportunity that is aligned with us, right? 9 of Pentacles being independent. We have much more control over what we want for ourselves. Hey, Adelaida, good to see you. Those of you who have been doing any kind of money work or who have been specifically applying for jobs, you're going to start to get some answers. You're going to start to see some breakthrough. Things feel a lot more easy for you in terms of your financial health, and the opportunities that are coming to you, right? So if you've been trying to call in opportunity, don't be surprised if it shows up in the next 7 days. And this energy of reflection and alignment is helpful, right? I was saying this a lot in my readings this afternoon. You don't have to take every opportunity that comes to you, right? And if we're coming out of an energy of struggle, or, the stream wasn't moving as quickly and as abundantly as we wanted it to, it can be easy to make decisions from desperation, right? But we're not going to be doing that, because paradigm shift, reflection, clarity, and also awareness of our triggers, awareness of whether or not we're making decisions from lack, or if we're making them from an elevated, illuminated version of ourselves, right? So this is a very meditative week, a very reflective week, a week where it's not a lot is going on in terms of movement, but the reflection and the stillness brings us an understanding that allows us to create different results for ourselves, right? We're really revamping, cooking up plans for the rest of the year that are just much more aligned, rather than approaching it as this is shit that I didn't get done in 2025 and putting pressure on 2026. We're really thinking about the experiences we want to have, how we want to feel, and how maybe certain restriction or lack in 2025 can be shaping our perspective of this new year in a way that's not the best, okay? I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. Let's go into love next. That feels right. Yes, sisters, angels, and master spirits, walk with me. My elevated ancestors. What do we as a collective, those watching live and in the replay, need to know about the areas of love, romance, and intimacy over these next 7 days? If there are any challenges, lessons, breakthroughs, experiences related to love and matters of the heart, give us wisdom about what they are, as well as wisdom around how to prepare for them. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Hello, Heku Reku. Thank you for joining. I'm glad I took the week off to reflect. I'm glad I did the same thing. I really tried to be deliberate over this last week about actively taking space to rest and reflect. And I think that's really important. Clarify the Six of Swords. What do we need to know about the Six of Swords? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. This is a message for everybody, whether you are in a romantic relationship that's been for a while, entering a new romantic connection, or if you're single. This is wisdom that we can all benefit from, right? It is so important to make sure that your relationships reflect how you see yourself in an aligned and healthy way. They are not sources or sites where you go to get validation. You have to be self-validated. And when we enter our partnerships in that way, when we put that kind of responsibility on our love, it makes it hard for them to show up in connection with us. We become obligation instead of a healthy, aligned connection, right? So if you have struggled with self-neglect, if you know you have lost sight of creative passions or desires, it's really important that you take this time to tap back into that and make sure that you are nurturing yourself, you're feeding yourself, that you are in your own energy of abundance as opposed to lack, because that tendency to be hyper dependent on the validation, the cookies, the, the affirmation of your partner can turn them into your parent or your teacher and not your lover. And that creates a romantic imbalance. Not only does it create a pressure and a responsibility on them, but if, God forbid, your partner is not doing their own shadow work, or they have some things that you haven't learned about yet in terms of deficit, it can put you in a position where you are prey to someone who either manipulates you or can be verbally abusive, right? That is a thing that happens with Page of Swords energy. So hyper dependent on external validation that they put themselves in positions that are somewhat mentally and emotionally precarious, right? So be really, really careful about that. The love you pour into yourself, the focus you pour into yourself, the nurture you pour into yourself is not only going to benefit you, it benefits your partner because they get to have a healthy, balanced, aligned version of you, okay? So that's not shade. That's not a read. If you've been bickering with your partner lately, if you are having arguments or disconnection, it's a time to, rather than hyperfixate on them or blame them, really figure out what your needs are, get aligned, and give them to yourself. Does that make sense? How does that benefit the relationship? It makes them want to nurture you more. Like, let's be real. This is the difference between being in a romantic relationship and a parental child dynamic or a subordinate, like inferior dynamic, right? Your partner is going to want to love on you more when they see you self-sufficient, right? That's just a thing that happens. So if you're feeling scarcity in the relationship, yes, be honest about the fact that you're feeling it. I'm no way saying hide your feelings. But also, again, figure out a way to give yourself what you need. Model to your partner how you want to be taken care of. And then that creates new opportunity for them to pour into you. Okay? Why is this coming up? Some of us, there's a habit that some of us have that's not propelling us forward. And the only way you're going to propel forward in your romantic connections is by moving forward and doing differently in order to get different results. And yeah, it may be uncomfortable. It may be uncertain, but that's the nature of the Six of Swords. You move forward in the uncertainty, trusting that it's going to take you in a direction that's better than the one that you're in, right? And a few of us who are watching this live or in the replay have a tendency to burn our relationships quickly. And that is because rather than doing the inner child work of giving ourselves what we need, we are looking for that in our partners. We are looking for our partners to be parental or stability replacements. You got to move away from that. That is a lack mentality. That is an unfortunate part of what you may have witnessed around you, whether it was through elders or just in your friendships, right? But you have to take charge and move differently. Why do we know that the King of Wands is the card of the creative, or not the creative, but the card of charisma? Because they create their own world for themselves. They have such a vision of who they are that they show up in the world that way. They're always enrolling people in their vision. Do you think that that's a lesson that only applies to career? Hell yeah, it applies to your love life. Your partner loves you when you are confident, charismatic, when you have things going for yourself, when you are self-full, right? It's when codependency sets in. It's when we make them responsible for our emotional security that puts drain on the relationship. So if I'm saying these things and it sounds familiar, again, it's not a read against you. It's highlighting what has caused that wounded warrior dynamic in your romantic life and calling you forward, asking you to do what you need to do to protect yourself from it happening again and being an ongoing pattern, right? To summarize, this is a week where you get revelation about how certain points of self-neglect lead to insecurity in your romances, how that puts pressure on your partners and then puts it on the relationship. It gives you wisdom about how to invest into yourself, to take care of yourself, so that you get back from love what you put into your own self-love journey, right? And this may be new territory for some of you. You may not have always had good examples of what that looks like, but rather than seeing that as deficit, Five of Pentacles, see it as an opportunity to really create the version of yourself you want to be. King of Wands, okay? And to think they told us to be careful being too independent or no man would want us. Men love independent women. They want an independent woman to submit to them, which is the conundrum. But men love women who are self-confident. Men love women who say no. Men love women who have a life that is full because they want to chase something. They want to figure out a way to get your attention. I hate the whole men love bitches movement because I don't like that definition of bitches, if that makes sense. But that's a real thing. Like the only people that don't want a partner that is self-sufficient are abusers, are people that want to manipulate a partner, are groomers. That's why you have 40-year-old men who only want to date 19-year-olds, right? But a healthy, aligned person wants a healthy, aligned partner who understands their life path and is passionate about it. And whether it's men or women, that's something you have to pay attention to see whether or not you're dating somebody who is healthy themselves. Do they want a healthy partner, right? Let's do health and wellness next. We'll wrap up with money, and then I'll take questions from the audience. We have 15 people here. I do not believe that there are 15 likes on the video. So make sure you take a moment to like the video. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to look into health and wellness next. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits that walk with me. What do we as a collective need to know about our health and wellness as we go into the week of January 5th through the 11th? If there are any blind spots, illuminate them for us. Highlight the habits we need to maintain, release, or increase in order to have good balance of mind, body, and spirit over the next 7 days. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. I learned that the hard way, LOL. Naturally, I'm too nice, and I've noticed the nice girls finish last. At least in my case, they chase bitches. Be kind. Something that I've learned a lot the last few years is the difference between kindness and nice. Nice will get you fucked up. There's a naivete that people associate to nice. And in this dating climate that is full of piss and debris and condom wrappers and all kinds of horrible things, the last thing you want to do is be identified as a mark. So I say focus on being kind and leave nice alone. Okay. Right. Journal. Again, this is a week where we're getting a lot of information and a lot of wisdom. You need to write it down and put it to paper, because not only does it become easier to execute later, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of activity this week, and you will lose your thoughts and your ideas, right? The clarity you gain helps you understand a lot about the kind of life you want, work-life balance. It also gives you wisdom that pulls you out of imposter syndrome. Why is this coming up in a health and wellness reading? Well, again, there's a stillness to the beginning of this year that is deeply necessary for all of us. That stillness gives you an understanding of how you literally stress yourself out in terms of wondering whether or not things are going to work out in your favor, right? And it's a result of that imposter syndrome. Anything that pulls you out of alignment with yourself is going to bring a form of stress in your life. Stress makes you sick, right? So this temperance is coming up, talking about the need for stillness and meditation. So the first two cards, we need to be writing our thoughts down. We need to be sitting in stillness so that we can see and hear clearly. Now, again, life is moving very quickly, even though there's a call for stillness, right? And the movement is positive, right? Leo, sun card energy, right? Things are shining on us. It's working out in our favor. Making sure that, again, with a lot of opportunity, especially after a period of things being slow, it can be easy to take on the world because you don't want to miss out on something. Everything that's coming to you is a blessing, so you're not going to miss out on anything. Be careful not to perform, right? That's a debilitation of sun card energy. They can be so wrapped up in not wanting to let people down, not wanting to be imperfect, that they can overcommit to things. This is not a week to overcommit because, again, we need time for our stillness. We need time for our reflection. We need to be journaling. So monitor and check, balance out the favor. Don't get overwhelmed by it and overcommit to a bunch of stuff. We are still in the energy of a need for rest and peace. Many of us are still processing the ghetto that was 2025. And if you're not allowing yourself sleep, if you are not allowing yourself an opportunity for rejuvenation and to have a reset, it's going to be hard for you to see clearly, okay? The self-care habits you set up this first week, and honestly, this first month, the whole month of January, is about getting your bearings and figuring out what you need for the rest of the year, right? And the self-care habits you establish now are going to carry you through the rest of 2026, right? So this isn't just mumbo jumbo. This isn't just post full moon. This is something serious you need to do. Really establish a regimen around how you take care of yourself. Because, again, a lot is going to be, to whom much is given, much is expected. With favor comes a lot of responsibility. If you don't set up the boundaries now, and if you don't get a healthy understanding of what your needs are now, then throughout the year when the responsibility increases, you can potentially fall to burnout. Again, I know some of you guys are anxious about some of the things that are coming to you, the revelations you're having, the opportunities that are being offered to you. But again, lean into hope. If you believe that this is going to be a great year for you, regardless and no matter what, then you have no need to freak out over turning down an opportunity or postponing an opportunity, right? So this is about having faith that you don't have to overwork, you don't have to overperform. It's okay to move slow. It's okay to get your bearings. It's okay to figure out what you need, okay? That is the health reading. We didn't do money, so I'll do money in a minute. Just let me catch up on what you say the last week of 2025. She was acting like a ratchet hoe that wouldn't go away. Yeah, 2025 was a ratchet hoe that didn't know how to leave peacefully. She was disruptive and embarrassing all the way up until the last day. It was a lot. Great power, great responsibility. Yes, absolutely. Let's get into the money reading. And then I'll take questions from the audience if anyone has them. Ancestors, angels, masters, spirits, what do we as a collective need to know as it relates to wealth, finances, money, and expansion during the week of January 5th through the 11th? If there are any challenges, blessings, breakthroughs, lessons related to money and our relationship with it coming over the next 7 to 10 days, please highlight them now and provide us with wisdom around how to navigate them. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Sorry, my coaster stuck to the glass for some reason. See, this is how I know that Spirit really wants us to be slow about attaching ourselves to stuff this week, because the same message has shown up in multiple spreads, even if it's slightly different. Whatever you were working on and calling in 2025, it's coming, and it's coming quickly, right? Don't carry concern about where the opportunity, where the job offer, where the whatever. Don't worry about any of that shit. It's coming, okay? It's coming. Ace of Pentacles, new blessings, sudden windfall, new opportunities. It's literally a coin in the hand, right? It is coming. Take the time between now and when it shows up to strategize and think about how these opportunities are a rung in the ladder towards your legacy, your stability, what it is you want for yourself long term. You can do this without stressing yourself out, remembering that King of Pentacles is Earth energy, Taurus energy. So let yourself have joy and revel in this process, okay? But opportunities are coming, and it's favor that comes from the relationships and associations you've already built in community, right? So if you have healthy financial relationships, that's going to really work out for you. If you have colleagues, I'm getting colleagues from like past jobs as far back as 5 and 6 years, right? That you've left off on good footing with, that you've had good working experience and collaboration with. Those are going to be people that are really instrumental for you this first week, but yes, these first couple of months of the year as well. But this is all really, really good energy. Again, I want to go back to this King of Pentacles. Even with this increase that's coming, handle it responsibly. Think about how it positions you for your future, right? I also see that travel is coming up. Ace of Wands tends to represent opportunities for last minute travel. But even if it's not physical travel, it's an opportunity to move forward on a passion. That's another reason why these financial blessings are coming at such a right time, right? Really make sure you handle them responsibly so that when this opportunity for travel comes along, you are prepared. You have what you want. This is a week of gratitude and wish fulfillment. So again, answered prayers, the things you've been working on, the offers coming, they're coming along. That's something you have to remember about the 9 of Cups, right? Is that, yes, it's gratitude and wish fulfillment, but usually there's some sort of journey or hard work that brings you to that moment of gratitude. So it's really important that you understand that the work you put into your situation over the last 5 to 6 months was not for naught. Now is where you start to see things coming in, right? We end with the Queen of Pentacles. A lot of us, and I'm using us because this is a collective reading, who may have been feeling financially insecure, that shit goes away. We start to feel really emotionally stable. We feel safe. We feel provided for. We feel like we have good favor and association in community. Our reputations are valued and protected. All of that is coming to us. So I love this in terms of the financial energy. For last message, because Spirit, she's making me go back and say this. If you were really, really good the last 6 months and didn't do any impulse spending, didn't buy yourself gifts, you were a disciplined parent, and you only bought gifts for your children for the holidays, buy yourself something a little cute, right? Spoil yourself a little bit because you've earned it. You've earned it. And don't go overboard, yes, because you want to move responsibly with the increase that's coming. But, you can get yourself, a new pair of shoes. You can take yourself out for a nice dinner. Do something nice to celebrate all the hard work you've put in and the fact that you now feel emotionally safe. Okay? So that's it. That is the weekly energy reading. That is all 4 of the spreads. This is where I now take questions. Nicole said, don't tell me that. Did you hear the part when I said within reason? I said within reason. I said within reason. Don't do nothing crazy and then blame me. All right. Now is where I take questions from the audience. If you have a question that you want me to answer, go ahead and put it in the comments section. You can send your love offering of $8.88 to my PayPal or my Cash App, both of which are scrolling below. As you do that, I'm just going to give updates. I've extended the sale one more day just because I did have a couple people reach out to me and said that they wanted to book, but they needed till Monday to make their payments. So tomorrow is the last day that you can use the code PEACE25 to get 30% off of a booking on my website. And this is for anything over $65. So if you want to buy the body wash, if you want to purchase an amulet, if you want to purchase classes, all of that. But I do want to make another pitch, and I'm going to do this until the second week of February when it's no longer available. If you are interested in getting the 2026 forecast reading and you have not already purchased it, I would strongly encourage you to use your 30% towards that, okay? It is available until the second week of February. After that, it's no longer available. I have a comparable service called the Solar Return reading. It is slightly different and it is more expensive. So definitely go ahead and book that while you can. The next round of Rich Spirit is going to be February 16th through the 19th. The deadline to sign up is February 14th. So if you are interested in participating in the next round of Rich Spirit, go ahead and click on the link in the description to join the WhatsApp and get more information about our Prosperity Honey ritual. Some of you guys, as recently as today, have shared with me the way that the last round has really opened up a lot of opportunity for you. So if you've never participated before, or if you have a new set of blessings you want to call in, definitely consider joining us, okay? Charm School is open. I am taking interviews for someone to join us in February. So if you are interested in being in my mentorship program, again, click the link in the description so that you can join the WhatsApp group, figure out how to schedule an interview, and get more information about joining us. I believe that's all my updates for now. The orders for the Rich Spirit Body Wash will be shipping Tuesday. I will be doing another batch of it before Valentine's Day. I'll give you guys dates on that once it's done. All right? Okay. Let's see. So let me hide this comment so I can actually see the questions that are here. I will definitely tell him happy birthday tomorrow, Miss Renee. I will definitely do that. Nicole, I'm considering a change of careers. Recently received downloads about education to keep learning. Considering the medical field. Okay, let's see. Ancestors, is this a good time for Nicole to switch careers? She's considering the medical field. Is this a good space for her? If so, why? If not, why not? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. After Nicole, we have Dulcinea, and we have Tiffany. If there's anyone else that has a question, go ahead and send your love offering of $8.88 to my Cash App or my PayPal. Clarify the tower. What do we need to know about the tower? Yes, they're saying that this is a good option for you for a reason, and you may have thought about this, I don't know. There are about to be some major upsets and difficulties that come into the current field that you are in. Tower, chaos, as a result of trying to build a foundation or something stable on a rocky environment, right? So the current field that you're in, there's about to be some complications to come about. Those who are able to be strategic and think about longevity will survive. The work that they put into shifting and pivoting will work out in their favor. So this is very timely for you, right? It will help you avoid a lot of the scarcity that's about to enter into your field, where there's a lot of arguing and fighting over like crumbs, for lack of better words. It is going to require a lot of confidence for you in terms of shifting fields, but it ends up being very much worth it for you. So as long as you have the confidence to do this thing, it's going to work out in your favor. But absolutely, they're saying go ahead and pivot. Absolutely, it's time to pivot. It's crazy right now. Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah, it's time to go ahead and pivot. Dulcinea, what do I need to release that I'm still holding on to? Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits that walk with me. What does Dulcinea need to release that she's still holding on to? What does she need to release that she's still holding on to? Give us wisdom from this current full moon. Wisdom from her ancestors about what they want her to leave behind. Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. You are very welcome always, Nicole. I know what this is saying, but I'm going to pull a clarifier just to make sure. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I knew it. Okay. You still see yourself as a broken bird or a broken person, right? I think that there's a way from your past where you saw yourself as the outcast, and you still see that yourself that way. Five of Pentacles is the card of the outcast, right? And these are outcasts whether they've aligned themselves with the wrong people or they're just choosing to be out of the comfort and the shelter of community, right? Clarifier over that Lover's card, Gemini, alignment, right? You have put a lot of work into crafting a version of yourself that is aligned, that is very self-loving, that's very different than the old version of you. But it's like you still see yourself this way, if that makes sense. Your spirits want you to let go your attachment to your old self, right? Because if you can bring yourself to balance and really see yourself how you are, where you are, the way other people see you, it'll cause you to show up in the world a little bit different, right? Give yourself opportunity to really journal about this, to help yourself release it. in terms of your vision for your future, because the old way that you used to see yourself is out of alignment with where you're going. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I want to start school for massage therapy, but I'm having my doubts with timing and working 2 jobs. Josette, did you submit a love offering? I'm happy to answer a question around that for you. But let me know if you sent a love offering, because I'm not seeing it on my Cash App. You may have sent it to the PayPal. Tiffany, did you have a question? Because I see that you submit an offering. I want to make sure that I didn't skip past anybody. Oh, Tiffany did write her question. I see you. So we'll do Tiffany, and then we'll do whoever is next after that. Would it be in my best interest? Okay. Ancestors, angels, ascended masters, spirits that walk with me. Is it in Tiffany's best interest to have spicy time with Titan? If she makes this decision, will there be any complications that come as a result? If this is in her benefit, how does it benefit her? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. So I have Tiffany Murray. Tiffany Postley, I see that you left an offering as well. If you have a question, go ahead and put that in the comment section, and then I'll get to you. After Tiffany, I will do Josette. If there's anyone left after that, go ahead and submit your offering, and I will answer your questions, okay? I'm not gonna ask a clarifier. No. You are not in a space where you can do this and not get an emotional attachment. And I think you know enough to know that even though there's an attraction there, that's not your person. So if you were of a fabric, and I'm not even gonna bring up your sign, because you're probably gonna be like, I don't want to hear that about us. But I don't think you are a type that can do that, right? Spirit is saying go ahead and have hope that somebody who is worthy of holding that energy for you is coming, because they are. And this is somebody who is really nurturing, really supportive, is gonna you need to be coddled in a particular way. And I don't think that having spicy time or a hookup with Titan will give you that. So Spirit is saying no. They're saying just have faith, hold out. The person that's able to provide, give you what you need is coming very shortly. Okay. I got you, Sinidra. I'm gonna do Josette, and then you, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up for the night. Josette wants to start massage school, but they're having doubts because they have limited time and are working 2 jobs. Ancestors, angels, ascended master spirits that walk with me. Is this a good time for Josette to start massage school? What would starting massage school open up for them? What would it limit? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. If there is no one else, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up with Sinidra. If there is someone else that would like a question, go ahead and submit your love offering and put your question in the comments. I can take one more after her, just one more. But if there isn't anyone else, I'm totally fine with wrapping up with Sinidra as well. Clarify the 3 of Swords. Give us wisdom about the 3 of Swords. I knew it. Okay. This is something you should do. Absolutely, it is something you should do. But you have to be careful not to do it in a way that's going to bring you heartbreak around your finances, okay? Like Spirit is saying, go for it. Step into the challenge. Let the journey open up new information, new experiences for you that are going to propel you forward. But we do have the Three of Swords, which is saying that if you do it right now and you do it impulsively, it will bring you heartbreak. The clarifier over it, Six of Pentacles, money from institutions. Take your time and research. I think that you're trying to, massage therapy is one of those things where people are convinced that it has to be expensive and that there are no scholarships. That's not true. There's ways you can get this funded. So even though this is something that you should do and that you need to do, it's a passion of yours. It allows you to be a nurturer in a way that also heals you and fills your cup. So you should do it. It's very much aligned with you. But don't be impulsive about it, because realistically, you do need money to pay for it, right? And there's money out there to pay for it. They would rather you take the time to research that than to cause yourself stress and heartbreak trying to do it with your work situation and your financial situation. Let me know if that answered your question. We're going to wrap up with Sanidra. Sanidra, who wants to know if there are any messages or wisdom from their ancestors. They want that. Me and language tonight. Are there any messages or wisdom from her ancestors that they want her to know with the upcoming new moon? Speaking of the upcoming new moon, Astro Hour this Thursday at 8 p.m. EST. We will have another Astro Hour. We're back to the Thursday lives, no more Fridays. So I hope to see you all Thursday at 8 o'clock for Astro Hour. Yes, sisters, angels, ascended masters, spirits that walk with me. What do Sanidra's ancestors want her to be aware of as she thinks about and prepares for the upcoming new moon? Any wisdom shared is deeply appreciated. Good, Josette. I'm glad that that was helpful. You are going to get a lot of wisdom and insights about how to move forward on a passion of yours, right? How to have a new spark that propels you forward, specifically around your career. You are someone who, when you get a lot of information, especially when it's overwhelming, your response is to panic. Be careful about that, right? Try to journal more, try to write down your feelings more to get them out of your body, especially before you go to bed, right? Now is not a time to take your worries and your concerns to bed with you. Be really careful about that. You're also getting wisdom to pay attention to your dreams. You're probably going to have some dreams between now and the new moon that low-key show up like nightmares or that feel overwhelming. Don't panic. Write it down. Everything that shows up in a dream that scares us is not a nightmare. It's not a threat. Sometimes it's information. And if we're too scared, we won't be able to process it, right? But to summarize this, you're about to get a lot of spiritual information, a lot of downloads. Try not to be freaked out by them. Try not to default to anxiety. That's only going to fuck with your quality of sleep, which then messes with your health. Try to write things down so that you can process them. You just got a new journal. Perfect. Timely. Absolutely timely. All right. It's a bunch going on. Can't believe Trump bombed Nigeria and Venezuela. Yeah. Pray. Stay prayed up, y'all. Stay prayed up. Do your protection work over your home. Bricks are only 69 cents down to the Home Depot. Make your brick dust. Do the things you need to do. But take care of yourselves. Spend this month planning your year, and that includes your protection work. I love you all. I will see you Thursday. Everybody have an amazing night. And until then, take care. Bye.